daring to go where no Indian journalist has gone before. India Today now manages to reach Pakistan-occupied Kashmir to report first-hand on the China's inroads into its economy.
During the last 10 years, there has been tremendous change in infrastructure development, and most part of that has been done by China.
Ashraf Wani reports exclusively from Gilgit and Baltistan. Watch this India Today mega exclusive on the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor.
China's making deep inroads inside Gilgit and Baltistan in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. For the first time ever, an Indian reporter gets you the inside story of China's activities in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Pakistan clearly all set to be China's colony. But is there reason for India to be alarmed? We'll tell you that on the broadcast. Also, how people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir are protesting. Also on the show, is it now endgame Hurriyat? As NIA summons Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani's relatives and aides for questioning, the aim is to squeeze their... We have the inside track. I'm Gaurav Sawant. Action-packed 30 minutes. Let's begin. 2 weeks ago, India Today exposed China's design to colonize Pakistan economically. We revealed how, through the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, Beijing was slowly, virtually making deep inroads inside Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Now, India Today has become the first and the only channel to get you a report from inside Pakistan-occupied Kashmir to reveal the truth about how China is making projects in Gilgit, in Baltistan, and how there are massive protests by people in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Ashraf Wani gets you this India Today exclusive.
First, India Today revealed Pakistan's surrender of its territory and China's takeover of its economy. Beyond the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, Beijing's plan to colonize Pakistan via highways, ports and power projects. Now India Today becomes the only television channel to reach Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, daring to go where no one else has ever gone, to show the full extent of China's economic colonization of Pakistan. The mega project to link Kashgar in the Chinese region of Xinjiang with Gwadar goes via Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. As India Today drove along the Neelam River that runs along Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, the Chinese footprint is visible. Less than 100 kilometers from Srinagar, construction of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is on full swing. From the capital Muzaffarabad to Gilgit, as our car made its way out of the narrow by-lanes, the picture became clearer. Big buildings have come up. Roads are similar, if not better, than any urban city, and there are mobile towers everywhere. This appears to be a small hill part of the natural terrain in PoK, but a close look reveals the dragon's design. This is a road under construction. Trucks are lined along the area. There is even a big yellow crane stationed there. Pakistan-occupied Kashmir is an area infested with terrorists. It is here that Pakistan trains and launches its proxies to bleed India. Now it is overrun by what Beijing calls the project of the century. While earlier, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor was limited to infrastructure projects in Pakistan, China's plan now is to expand to 17 more coal, hydropower and agricultural demonstration projects worth $35 billion. But as Pakistan opens its arms and land for China, residents of Gilgit and Baltistan are up in arms. Some see the China-Pakistan economic corridor as an assault on their livelihoods.
पैक बन रहा है, यहाँ दुआ हम खाएंगे, लेकिन पैसे वफाक वाले नीचे पंजाब लोगों को मिलेंगे, हमें कुछ भी नहीं.
Others feel that Nawaz Sharif had hijacked the entire project for his Punjab province.
पैक रोड बनने से पहले हमारे आबा व अजदाद ने जमा पूंजी करके कुछ ज़मीन ख़रीदी थी, जो पैक रोड बनाते वक्त वो हमसे ले लिया गया, जो पैक रोड बन के अभी आवाम मुतासिर हो गए हैं, जिससे मुआवजा किसी को मिला नहीं, 1.5 साल हुआ है.
And some claim they have been cheated by the government of Pakistan. Their land snatched from them without adequate compensation.
हमारा ज़मीन हुकूमत ने उठा लिया रोड के लिए.
As a sellout, Pakistan ignores the will of its people downright. The anger on the ground is only growing.
सीपे के जो प्रोजेक्ट आ रहा है, इसमें भी कोई एनवायरमेंटल इम्पैक्ट असेसमेंट नहीं हो रही है, और बस इसके नाम पे जो हमारे इस्टेब्लिशमेंट है, सिक्योरिटी इस्टेब्लिशमेंट है, वो बस जाके ज़मीनों पे एक तरह से कब्ज़ा कर रहे हैं.
The proof of the new China-Pakistan nexus in PoK is now out in the open, and it shows that the collusion between the two countries is now assuming sinister dimensions.
Behind me, this is the PoK occupied Kashmir. During the last 10 years, there has been tremendous change in the infrastructure development, and most part of that has been done by the China. This is worrying for some of the people living here in the PoK occupied Kashmir, who think probably the development by the China is intentional and they want to grab this part of land from Pakistan as they have done in Aksai Chin. So far, China has not directly put a stake here in the PoK. That is worrying for India too. Ashraf Wani, India Today, in PoK occupied Kashmir.
India Today's Ashraf Wani now joins me for more on the story. Ashraf, you traveled to PoK. Are people on ground, and especially in Gilgit, Baltistan or even Muzaffarabad, are they on board the China-Pakistan economic corridor, or is the Pakistan army forcing this project down their throat?
Gaurav, all the people are not on board. That is why we are seeing the kind of protests on the daily basis in the Gilgit and Baltistan particularly, and in PoK occupied Kashmir occasionally. Basically, Gilgit-Baltistan is also the part of larger Jammu and Kashmir, which it stands in 1947.
Yes.
But so far this area has been converted into northern areas of Pakistan, and still the people living in the Gilgit and Baltistan believe that they are not part of Pakistan. That is why they are opposing the CPEC in that area. Mainly the all judgments which are being taken either by Pakistan or by China are being taken without considering and taking the view of the people living actually in the Gilgit and Baltistan. And most part of the road which is between the Pakistan and China and going through to Gadar, but is only passing through the Gilgit and Baltistan, and that is the SS where Pakistan connects with the China. And that is why these people say that neither they are being compensated according to the laws of the Pakistan, nor by the actual money what they deserve for the compensation, but it is just being grabbed, and that is why the people in that area are against and are unhappy with the developments going on in the area.
Absolutely. As one of the corps commanders in Pakistan said, Pakistanis will end up just repairing punctures and opening dhabas along the CPEC. It's China that will pocket all the profits. For the moment, Ashraf Wani, many thanks. The news is slowly but surely tightening around Pakistan's proxies in Kashmir. The government is now squeezing their finances. And as the National Investigation Agency widens its net, Hurriyat leaders are suddenly falling ill. Pro-Pakistan hawk Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani's son, Naeem, was summoned by the NIA. He fell ill. In Delhi, Shahidul Islam and Pir Saifullah, the two arrested separatists, They fell sick and had to be taken to hospital. Key Gilani aide Devinder Singh Behel has also now been arrested. We get you the story.
Sir, what do you have to say, sir? So what do you have to say? Way to give it the law. What do you have to say, sir? What do you have to say? What do you have to say, sir? So what do you have to say?
When it comes to inciting crowds, nothing holds back these Hurriyat hawks. But now, when confronted by India Today, silence is all they have.
What do you have to say? Way to give it the law.
Cornered, nailed and exposed after NIA's crackdown. Two of the arrested separatists complained of bad health and were taken to the RML hospital, where India Today tracked them down.
There's the two Hurriyat leaders who have been arrested, and exclusive visuals on India Today have been taken out from RML hospital. They complained of certain problems, particularly in the Department of Urology.
Their silence now really doesn't make a difference, since their boast on sinister anti-India plot was captured on India Today cameras. NIA will now collect their voice samples and match it with their voice on our expose.
All of us owe it to the constitution of this country. The agencies like NIA or the other security agencies are privy to certain inputs, and we must trust them. And I'm sure those guilty will be brought to the book.
Not just that, the NIA has arrested Gilani's top aide, Devinder Singh Behel, who is believed to be a member of Hurriyat's legal cell. Devinder's Naushera house was raided again after raids were conducted in his Jammu house on Sunday. Also under the scanner are Syed Ali Shah Gilani's sons.
Syed Ali Shah Gilani's son was called for questioning today, but he apparently has taken ill and has been admitted to Sher-e-Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences.
The government's message is loud and clear. Pakistani agents bleeding India won't be spared.
जो देश के खिलाफ काम करेगा उसके खिलाफ में कार्रवाई हो रही है. किसी साजिश किसी के खिलाफ में नहीं है. देश की रक्षा के लिए, देश को सुरक्षित रखने के लिए और दोबारा अलगाववाद उभर कर ना आए, इसलिए पूरा जड़ से समाप्त करने का पूरी कोशिश होगी.
जो प्रो पाकिस्तान एलिमेंट्स, प्रो सेपरेटिस्ट, टेररिज्म को जो है सपोर्ट करना कोई वाला होगा, चाहे जम्मू का होगा, चाहे कश्मीर का होगा, चाहे देश के किसी भी हिस्से के ऊपर होगा, उसको कानून के दायरे में जो है उसको सख्ती से निपटा जाएगा.
Exposed, arrested, summoned, many raided. After India Today's Hurriyat truth tapes, time seems to be running out for Pakistani agents on Indian soil. With Shujaul Haq in Srinagar and Anindo Banerjee in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Anindya Banerjee now joins me live from Delhi. Shujaul Haq from Srinagar. Kuldeep Khoda, former Director General of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, also with me in the broadcast. Now, voice samples are being sought of these by the NIA. Can you explain, Anindya, why?
The crux of the entire investigation, Gaurav, is the India Today expose, that is the Hurriyat truth tapes, and once the matter goes to the court, it needs to stand the stands the entire there will be questioning, counter questioning, and to prove the fact that indeed the sting is genuine, the voice are indeed of Bitta Karate Naeem Khan. That's why that's why the voice sample has been taken. And the breaking news coming in at this point of time that handwriting sample will also be tested, because remember there has been certain official letterhead of LET found during the raids. Certain signed letters were also found. That will also be corroborated and later presented as an evidence, substantial evidence in the court of law.
Gilani Shuja fell sick today when he was summoned to Delhi for questioning. What happened? Now, are these delaying tactics? When will he join probe, if at all?
Well, that's right, Gaurav. Naeem Gilani was supposed to go to Delhi today. In fact, he was supposed to be in Delhi and join the questioning. But yesterday in itself, the Hurriyat Conference's Gilani faction issued a statement saying that he has taken ill. He has been admitted to Sher-e-Kashmir Institute of Medical Sciences. He has a heart condition, and they gave detailed background of what really was ailing him. But overall, the NIA sources suggest that this is not going to end here. There will be a new date that will be given to him, and he will have to join the questioning. It does seem that at this point of time, he may have gotten some breather, but probably after he's discharged from the hospital, he would get another date when the NIA would want to question him.
Okay, Mr. Khoda, voice samples, handwriting samples, what will that reveal? How crucial will this be in the entire probe? And the way Hurriyat leaders are now falling ill, delaying tactics, sir?
Absolutely, this is a delay tactics being adopted, but it's not going to pay off. And as far as the voice samples and the handwriting are concerned, they will nail the culprits, because this is one of the strong evidences which can connect the accused to the funding and hawala operations.
Okay.
Beyond that, beyond the investigation of the NIA, what is also required is the supplementary efforts by the agencies like Enforcement Directorate and Income Tax authorities.
Yes.
Because NIA is going to focus on the cases which have come to their notice, but to deal with the entire problem of funding of terrorism, the scope has to be made broader. Because the funding is not only through the Hurriyat people, it is also through the various other channels like money transfer agencies.
Yes.
The banking channels are also being used. The remittances from abroad of the so-called relatives of some of the hawala operators in Valley, they are also using these channels for funding. Then the border trade, where the barter system is still going on, and there is no scanner to check the goods which are coming from across.
Yes.
And there is under-invoicing and over-invoicing of goods going on. These all things are going on simultaneously, and a concerted action by all agencies to choke the funding in real manner has to be taken.
Absolutely.
And combined with this choking,
yes, sir.
And combined with this choking, the security forces have launched very good operations during past few months. These two things have to be carried on without.
But while these operations are happening, sir, you're spot on. So military operations, by the police, they need to go on against terrorists, and funds need to be squeezed. But in all of this, you have the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Mehbooba Mufti, who says that border trade should continue. Now, till the time there are systems of checks and balances that are brought in place in terms of scanners and custom agencies, should the border trade come to a complete stop, till the time the misuse can be stopped? Mr. Khoda?
We have to take a very clear decision on this, because the border trade has been misused. There are no two opinions about it. It has been going on, and somehow the establishment has been very generous to this the happening of funding going through the border trade. Now we have to take a very clear decision. The trade has to be either run with proper check mechanisms, or it has to be stopped till the check mechanisms are in place. It can't be allowed to happen like this, that the funding is also going on through border trade, and we are allowing it to happen despite knowing the entire implication of this sort of border trade taking place.
Absolutely, you are spot on. Sentiments are important. Keeping people of both sides of Kashmir together and linking them up is important, but it's not more important than the country's national security, especially at a time when there is so much evidence that this border trade, border barter is actually fueling unrest and terror in Jammu and Kashmir. Mr. Kuldeep Khoda, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. We will continue to track developments on the story very closely, because the government, at least this time, claims it is going after Pakistan's proxies. We'll track that closely. That is all I have time for on India First this evening. Many thanks for watching.